Hello all. In this video, I'm going to cover the AWS Security Specialty SCS-C01 Learning Path. I recently passed the AWS Security Specialty exam with an overall score of 950, and I would like to share the experience and some key tips with you all. Professional and specialty exams are quite lengthy and tough as compared to the associate exams. Security Specialty, as its name suggests, is a specialization exam and is more focused on your ability to effectively demonstrate knowledge about securing the AWS platform. The key domains covered in Security Certification exam include infrastructure security, data protection, identity and access management, logging and monitoring, and incident response. Incident response domain covers the ability to prevent, identify security-related incidents, and building a response plan for the same. It also handles handling of AWS abuse notice. Logging and monitoring domain covers effective security logging, monitoring, and alerting. Infrastructure security domain covers designing, implementing, troubleshooting infrastructure. Identity and access management domain covers designing, implementing, troubleshooting, authentication, and authorization systems to access AWS resources. Data protection domain mainly covers key management and designing and implementing encryption at rest and in transit. You can go through the exam guide mentioned in the description for more details. Specialty exams are tough, long, and tiresome. Most of the questions and answer options have a lot of prose and need lots of reading, so be sure you are prepared and manage your time well. The exam mainly consists of 65 multiple choice, multiple response questions to be answered in 170 minutes. That gives you approximately 2.5 minutes per question. The security exam has a scaled score between 100 and 1000, and the scale score to pass the exam is 750. There is no negative marking, so make sure you attempt all. Specialty exams currently cost $300 plus tax. You can get an additional 30 minutes if English is your second language by requesting exam accommodations. You can find the link in my blog post. AWS exams can be taken either remotely or online. I prefer to take them online as it provides a lot of flexibility. AWS does not release the result immediately now. You would get updated within 4 to 5 days after your exam. I prepared for about 2 months, mainly covering online course and practice tests. I would recommend to have a consistent game plan for every week. Take out an order each day to go through the online course and practice some hands-on exercises. I have listed down some of the resources I used. Just choose an online course and practice test set and you should be good to go. As the AWS certification exams are quite expensive, be sure to be well prepared and confident before you appear for the exam. The Security Specialty exam focuses entirely on security and compliance concepts involving data protection, encryption, auditing, compliance, and regulatory requirements with automated remediation. I have covered some of the topics below, so be sure to go through them. AWS keeps on adding new services as the exam is updated. Understand identity and access management, IAM. IAM rules provide permissions that are not associated with a particular user, group, or service and are intended to be assumable by anyone who needs it. Make sure to use them with your EC2 and Lambda functions. Make sure you know IAM best practices, especially in terms of least privilege. Understand identity providers and federation to grant external user identities like SAML or OpenID compatible identity providers permissions to AWS resources without having to be created within the AWS account. KMS management services help provide keys for encryption at rest. Exam covers a lot of KMS concepts. Understand envelope encryption, which is a two-step process where master key is used to encrypt data key and the data key is used to encrypt the actual data. The encrypted data key and the encrypted data are then stored together. KMS supports AWS owned, AWS managed and customer managed keys, which have different behaviors in terms of control, access and rotation. Key policies are mandatory to grant access to the KMS keys, and access can then be further controlled using IAM policies. KMS now supports multi-region keys, which are AWS KMS keys in different AWS regions that can be used interchangeably, as though having the same key in multiple regions. Remember, KMS does not support encryption in transit. Cloud HSM is a cloud-based hardware security model that enables you to easily generate and use your own encryption keys on the AWS cloud. Use Amazon Certificate Manager, ACM, to provision SSL certificates for encryption in transit. Secret Manager help protect secrets and support automatic secret rotation for services like RDS Document DB. AWS Guard Duty is a threat detection service that continuously monitors the AWS accounts and workloads for malicious activity and delivers a detailed security finding report for visibility and remediation. AWS Inspector is an automated security assessment service that helps improve the security and compliance of applications deployed on AWS. Amazon Macie is a security service that uses machine learning to automatically discover, classify, and protect sensitive data in S3. AWS Artifact is a central resource for compliance-related information that provides on-demand access to AWS's security and compliance reports. AWS Shield provides managed DDoS protection. AWS WAF provides protection against cross-site scripting, SQL injection attacks. WAF can also block traffic based on IP or rate-based rules. AWS Security Hub is a cloud security posture management service that performs security best practice checks. It aggregates alerts and enables automated remediation. AWS Network Firewall is a stateful, fully managed network firewall and intrusion detection and prevention service. AWS Resource Access Manager or RAM helps you securely share your resources across AWS accounts within your organization or OUs and with IAM roles and users for supported resource types. AWS Signer is a fully managed code signing service to ensure the trust and integrity of your code. Know how to use it with Lambdas. AWS Audit Manager helps map your compliance requirements to AWS usage data with pre-built and custom frameworks and automated evidence collection. Cognito provides authentication, authorization, and user management for the web and mobile apps. Understand the differences between user pools and identity pools. Networking. Understand Virtual Private Cloud (VPC) and its components that include subnets, route tables, security groups, and NACLs. Understand the difference between security groups and NACLs. Security groups are stateful versus NACLs, which are stateless. VPC endpoints, interface or gateway, provide a private connection between VPC to supported AWS services. VPC peering helps enable communication between VPCs within the same or different regions. VPC flow logs can help capture information about IP traffic going to and from network interfaces in the VPC. NAT gateways and egress-only gateways facilitate outgoing traffic from private instances to the internet. VPN and Direct Connect provide connectivity between AWS and on-premises resources. CloudFront provides a fully managed fast CDN service that helps speed up the distribution of static dynamic web or streaming content to end users. CloudFront works great with S3. CloudFront integrates with WAF, Shield, and ACM to provide data protection. CloudFront also provides geo-restriction or geo-blocking to prevent users in specific geographic locations from accessing content served through a CloudFront distribution. Route 53 is a highly available and scalable DNS web service. Route 53 DNSSEC secures DNS traffic and helps protect a domain from DNS spoofing, man-in-the-middle attacks. Elastic Load Balancer provides high availability and scalability. Know the key differences between ALB and NLB. Understand how to design a system to implement an end-to-end encryption right from the client to the EC2 instances. Gateway Load Balancer helps deploy, scale, manage virtual appliances like firewalls, IDS, IPS systems, and deep packet inspection systems. CloudWatch for monitoring, logging, and observability. EventBridge or CloudWatch events for notification and actions. CloudTrail helps in governance, compliance, operational, and risk auditing. Systems Manager. Systems Manager parameter store provides secure, scalable, centralized, hierarchical storage for configuration data and secret management. However, it does not support secrets rotation. Use Secrets Manager instead. Systems Manager Patch Manager helps select and deploy the operating system and software patches automatically across large groups of EC2 or on-premise instances. System Manager Run command provides a safe, secure, remote management of your instances at scale without having to log into the servers, replacing the need for bash-in host, SSH, or remote PowerShell. Session Manager provides secure, auditable instance management without the need to open inbound ports, maintain bash-in hosts, or manage SSH keys. AWS Organization is an account management service that enables consolidating multiple AWS accounts into an organization that can be managed centrally. It can help configure Organization Trail to centrally log all CloudTrail logs. Service Control Policies or SCPs act as guardrails and specify the services and actions that the users and roles can use in the account. SCPs are similar to IAM permission policies, except that they don't grant any permission. AWS Trusted Advisor inspects the AWS environment to make recommendations for system performance, cost, availability, and security. CloudFormation. CloudFormation provides infrastructure as a service. Know the deletion policy to prevent, retain, or backup RDS EBS volumes. CloudFormation stack policy can prevent stack resources from being unintentionally updated or deleted during a stack update. Stack policy only applies for stack updates and not for stack deletion. Control tower helps to set up, govern, and secure a multi-account environment. Storage and databases are mainly covered in terms of data protection and security. Exam covers a lot of S3 security features. S3 encryption, which supports both data at rest and data in transit encryption. Data in transit encryption can be provided by enabling communication via SSL or using client-side encryption. Data at rest encryption can be provided using server-side or client-side encryption. You can enforce S3 encryption at rest using default encryption on the bucket. You can enforce S3 encryption in transit using the secure transport attribute in the S3 bucket policy. S3 supports both IAM and resource-based policy. S3 access points simplify data access for any service or customer application that stores data in S3. S3 object lock helps to store objects using a worm model, write once, read many, and can help prevent objects from being deleted or overwritten for a fixed amount of time or indefinitely. S3 block public access provides control access. S3 block public access provides controls across an entire AWS account or at an individual S3 bucket level to ensure that objects never have public access, now or in the future. S3 versioning and MFA delete can be enabled on a bucket to ensure that the data in the bucket cannot be accidentally overwritten or deleted. S3 Access Analyzer monitors the access policies, ensuring that the policies provided only the intended access to your S3 resources. Glacier Vault Lock helps you to easily deploy and enforce compliance controls for individual S3 Glacier vaults with a vault lock policy. Just have a basic understanding of EBS and RDS data encryption as well. On the exam date, make sure you are relaxed and get some good night's sleep. Make sure you reach early if taking remotely or log in early if you are taking the exam online. If you are taking the test online, please make sure you check in early as the online verification process does take some time and usually there are glitches. Also, I prefer to use passport for my identification. Make sure you have your desk clear, no hand watches, phones away, and nobody can enter the room. Remember, you cannot take the test if you turn up for the test over 30 minutes from your test time. That's it. I think that this would be useful. All the best for your exams. Thank you. Alright, that was it. Thank you for watching. You can check out my website and connect me on LinkedIn and Twitter. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. For any feedback, please leave a comment down below. To see more videos like this in the future, hit the subscribe button. Thank you.